Viewers, this is Dr. Ajay Kumar. Uh, a very good welcome to all my viewers. And today I am going to share with you my experiences regarding heat stroke and how homeopathy goes to tackle all these problems. In summer, the heat stroke or the sun stroke, as it is commonly caused, हिंदी में जिसे लू लगना कहते हैं, दिस इज ए वेरी कॉमन problem in summer, and in North India, particularly in North India, when the mercury rises above 40 degrees Celsius, this is very common problem that when you go outside during noon or in the afternoon, you get exposure to the sun, you get exposure to the heat, and you suffers from heat stroke. So the heat stroke, in the heat stroke, what is to be noticed primarily is to understand what are the clinical features of the heat stroke. How can you understand that you have gone under heat stroke? So dear viewers, when you go under heat stroke, the first and foremost thing you have to check out is that whether you are sweating or not. If you are not perspiring, then the chances of heat stroke is much high. There is a general mechanism in the body that regulates the heat in our body. Commonly what happens, body tries to cool it off through perspiration. So when you are under an atmosphere where the heat is or the temperature is high, the body perspire, and through this perspiration the heat emits out or radiates out through your body, from your body, and the homeostatic temperature is maintained. But when you go under heat stroke, you don't perspire, and the temperature continues to build up inside the body, and that creates problem. So this is this phenomena is known as heat stroke. Under heat stroke, the common symptoms you will find primarily is you will feel that there is headache. You may go under diarrhea. There is body ache. You will feel fever. In some person, nausea and vomiting starts associated with headache or associated with gastrointestinal disorders. Apart from it, many persons may suffer from complete loss of appetite, and they may have developed insomnia. So if you have these things and you see that you are not perspiring, you have got heat stroke. Heat stroke is very easily tackled in homeopathy. There are several remedies in homeopathy through which we tackle this situation. And before coming over to the remedies, I would like to make a disclaimer here that these remedies are not for the use by self medication is dangerous many times, and as homeopathy is based on individualization of a person, so remedies which are peculiar and specific to one person will not necessarily do good in the similar case to the another person, because the manifestation of a disease in each persons are different as per their constitution, as per their diathesis. So always take consult of a homeopath doctor or practitioner in your area before taking the medicine. So we let's start with the homeopathic remedies that are very well indicated in such conditions. There are several remedies in homeopathy. However, some important remedies which are usually practiced and usually come up under repartization or usually indicated in such cases, I am going to discuss. The first and foremost remedy I would like to share with you is gluonine. Gluonine is very important remedy for heat stroke. Uh, the common indication of gluonine is there is a sensation of enlargement of brain. You feel that brain has become large and it has become heavy, and there is a lot of congestion of blood in the head, as if the blood has congested. Things have congested in your head, and it has become bigger, and a skull has become too small to contain it. That is the common indication, very characteristic indication of gluonine. In many cases of gluonine, uh, along with the head, along with the headache, you will have some associated symptoms of the heart. The heart is fast, the pulsation is fast, and you will feel the carotid arteries very prominent. And in the headache, you will see that there is pulsating pain, throbbing pain. It feels as if it would burst. I had a case long ago when a lady uh, got heat stroke, and thereafter she developed headache. Along with that, she had severe diarrhea. The diarrhea was so enormous that she had to go for toilet almost 14 to 15 times a day, and uh, several remedies were given to her, like bryonia, arsenic, gelsemium, but nothing worked. And after 3-4 days, when the condition was worsening and their family members were losing hope, she said me one important indication, that she is feeling that the head is much enlarged. It is very vigor. On that symptoms, gluonine was prescribed in high potency, and it checked diarrhea almost instantly. So gluonine is a very well indicated remedy in such cases. Another important medicine is belladonna, and belladonna is indicated when there is similar kind of headache, when you will see that the head is congested and face has become flushed, and there is redness in the face, there is throbbing headache, and the characteristic feature of belladonna is the violence, the speed with which the problem appears. And you will find in belladonna characteristically very sensitiveness. The person is very sensitive to light, very sensitive to noise, and he will not bear all these things, and he will prefer to lie in the dark, to keep quiet. And if there is such indication, belladonna is the choice of remedy. Another important medicine in such cases is amyl nitrosum. Amyl nitrosum is indicated in cases when there is a surge of blood in the head, and the face is become flushed red. There is, with the surge of blood, there is a heat in the face, heat in the head, and with that there is a strong perspiration. And after that perspiration, the person feels as if he has become very weak. So perspiration is always followed by a lot of weakness. A peculiar sensation in amyl nitrosum, you will find that the person with the flushing of blood, he feels as if the blood had so much in the head or face that it would come out through the skin. So if this is the indication, you may opt for amyl nitrate. And in amyl nitrate, another important feature, you will see that such patients have a tendency to stretch his body a lot. And another important indication is the yawning. They have very strong yawning, like Kalikar. They yawn a lot. Uh, Another important medicine, dear viewers, in such cases is gelsemium. Gelsemium is indicated when uh, there is a headache, and with that headache there is a lot of heaviness of lids, and the person is unable to hold his lids of eye, and there is, with that you will find in that person dizziness, there is trembling of the body, there is so much weakness of the body. So muscles of or the parts of the body becomes very very weak, and they tremble on doing anything. The person is drowsy, and with that, if you ask for the thirst, he is thirstless. So the desire for thirst goes down, and there is a lot of weakness. The weakness is so much that the person tremble, and this weakness is physical. Mentally he is strong, but the body uh, doesn't run along with the mind. The strength of the mind doesn't match the strength of the body. The body is weaker than the mind. That is the indication of gelsemium. Another important remedy is antimcrude, and antimcrude is indicated in cases of heat stroke when there is a lot of gastrointestinal system. Commonly, it is found that antimcrude patients have very weak digestion. Digestion is very slow, and when they go under heat stroke or sunstroke, these persons have a strong weakness. The weakness is very very felt in the region of chest, in the body, and in the extremities. They are very weak, and if you see or examine his tongue, you will find that there is thick coating on the tongue. Such person have a strong desires for pickles. They are very sentimental person, very sensitive person. In such condition, antimcrude can be thought of. One important remedy without which the discussion over heat stroke cannot be completed, that is natrum carb. And natrum carb is one remedy that can be prescribed not only in acute cases of heat stroke, but it is equally important remedy for the long consequences of the heat stroke. Even the person who suffers, who got heat stroke almost years back, to say even 10 years back, and he is suffering from the consequences of the heat stroke so far, natrum carb may be indicated in such cases. The common indication of natrum carb is that the natrum carb personality are very very delicate personality. They are equally sensitive to heat and cold, and their digestive system is very very delicate. Even commonest things, even simplest things can create problem to such person. They cannot digest milk. Milk causes diarrhea, and such person have very strong capacity to bear their sufferings. They don't want to disturb others, so have a strong control over their emotions. They hide their emotions, they keep themselves reserved, they don't share their issues with the others. So such personalities, in such personalities, normally they have a strong desire for salt, and in such cases, natrum carb is one remedy which is very indicated. I remember a case of natrum carb when after heat stroke the lady developed irritation in urine, and there was urinary tract infection, and the lady had a lot of pain during urination. The pain was so enormous that at night when she went for urination, she couldn't stand up because of the pain, and she continued to sit there for even more than 1 hour. but for more than 1 hour during that period she didn't call for anyone because she didn't want to disturb the others. So see the degree of control over herself, see the degree of thinking that she should not disturb the others. So such persons may be natrum card person, and there is a lot of burning in their in her urine, and there was a lot of pain at the close of urination and even after urination. So natrum card patient cannot tolerate heat. If any extra amount of heat is intolerable to them, if they cannot tolerate warm room, even the heat of a stove or the heat of gas, heat in the kitchen, extra heat in the kitchen can create problem for the natrum card. So dear viewers, these are some important remedies which I wanted to discuss with all of you. There are several more remedies in homeopathy, and homeopathy is a lot to offer in the cases of heat stroke. But more important is to save ourselves, to prevent ourselves from the problem of heat stroke, and we can prevent ourselves from this problem if we take some precautionary measures. So the first precautionary measure is to avoid going outside the home when the sun is on the top and there is a lot of and the temperature is very high. So go in the evening, go in the morning, do your work in evening and morning of outside, and try to remain yourself inside home during noon. Another thing which prevent you from heat stroke is taking plenty of liquids. Take plenty of liquids, take plenty of juices of seasonal fruits, and that will keep you hydrated, and you can save yourself from heat stroke. So with this caution, I think we can save a lot of people with heat stroke. And if you go under heat stroke, even after that, do consult a homeopathic physician and take the benefit of homeopathy. It cures heat stroke almost very easily and very quickly. Thank you very much for watching me. Goodbye.